The first hadith regarding the virtue of fasting 6 days in Shawwal. عن أبي أيوب الأنصاري رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من صام رمضان ثم أتبعه 6 من شوال فكأنما صام الدهر كله. رواه Muslim. Abu Ayyub al-Ansari radiyallahu ta'ala an narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, whoever fasts Ramadan and follows it up with 6 days from Shawwal, it's as if he fasted perpetually. Reported by Muslim. The hadith is evidence for the virtue of fasting 6 days in Shawwal. What is meant here by perpetual is a year, i.e. as if he fasted the whole year. It is come in the hadith of Thawban, جعل الله الحسنة بعشر فشهر بعشرة أشهر وستة أيام بعد الفطر تمام السنة. Allah has made the reward for the good deed 10 times its like. So a month will be 10 months, and 6 days after al-fitr will be the completion of a year. This is from the grace of Allah upon His worshippers, that they obtain the reward of perpetual fasting in a way that there's no difficulty in it. This is the wisdom of being 6 days, and Allah knows best. Therefore, it's befitting that the Muslim fast these 6 days in order to win a tremendous grace. A sign that an act of obedience has been accepted is it being followed up by another act of obedience. Fasting these days is evidence for a person's desire to fast and his love for it, and that it does not bore him and he does not find it burdensome. Fasting is one of the most virtuous deeds, as has preceded. One of the fruits of optional fasting, similar to other voluntary acts of worship, is that it restores deficiencies or shortcomings that might have taken place. Regarding that, the Prophet ﷺ said about Salat, قال الرب انظروا هل لعبد من تطوع فيكمل بها من تقص من الفريضة ثم يكون سائر عمله كذلك. Rabb will say, look, does my worshipper have any optional acts of worship? What was deficient in his obligatory salat will be completed with them. Then the rest of his deeds will be dealt with like that. Additionally, the optional fast prepares the Muslim to ascend in degrees of nearness to Allah the Most High and win His love, as it came in the Hadith al-Qudusi, ما تقرب إلي عبدي بأفضل مما افترضته عليه ولا يزال عبدي يتقرب إلي بالنوافل حتى أحبه. My worshipper does not draw closer to me with anything better than what I obligated upon him, and my worship continues drawing closer to me through optional acts of worship until I love him. It is better for these 6 days to be consecutive, but it's permissible to spread them out throughout the month. Fasting them immediately after Eid has a merit over spreading them out from a number of angles. The first, and that is a hastening to do good deeds. The second, hastening to do them is evidence for the desire to fast and the lack of diversion from it. The third, so that something that might prevent him from fasting them does not get in the way if he delays it. The fourth, fasting the 6 days after Ramadan is like praying the regular sunnah prayers after the obligatory ones. So it should be after it, and Allah knows best. Whoever has days, i.e. Ramadan, to make up, then he should start with those, then fast these 6 days. This is due to his sallallahu alaihi wasallam statement, Man sama Ramadan, whoever fasted Ramadan. And whoever owes days from Ramadan, it does not apply to him that he fasted Ramadan until he makes them up. Then he can fast the 6. Hastening to perform the obligation and clearing oneself is required for the one who is legally responsible. What is apparent from the 2 statements of the people of knowledge is, if the month of Shawwal ends and the person did not fast them, i.e. the 6 days, they are not made up for, whether he left them due to an excuse or not. This is because it is a sunnah whose place is lost. The Messenger ﷺ specified them in Shawwal. Hence, whoever fasted them in other months shall not attain their virtue, because the benefit of hastening and racing, which are beloved to Allah, has expired. If Shawwal were the same as other months, there will be no benefit in mentioning it by name, and Allah knows best. اللهم احفظنا بالإسلام قائمين واحفظنا بالإسلام قاعدين واحفظنا بالإسلام راقدين ولا تشمت بنا الأعداء ولا الحاسدين. اللهم إنا نسألك من كل خير خزائنه بيدك ونعوذ بك من كل شر خزائنه بيدك واغفر اللهم لنا ولوالدينا ولجميع المسلمين. O Allah, protect us in Islam while we're standing. Protect us in Islam while we're sitting. Protect us in Islam while we're laying down. And do not let the enemies and the jealous ones rejoice at our expense. O Allah, we ask you for every good whose treasures are in your hand. And we seek refuge with you from every evil whose troves are in your hand. And forgive us, O Allah, our parents, and all the Muslims.